Hi guys, welcome back. This is now issue 86 of Build Your Own Star Wars R2D2. So in this issue we're going to be doing another one of the front door panels. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack on. Okay, so before I start with issue 86, just an update, and I'll do this now. I've received a replacement issue 83. If you remember in my issue 83 video, I had a problem with one of the cables. And that is, if I just find it, this one here. I'm just going to take that off. I've actually put a little bit of electrical tape around it because if I pull that back, if you remember, you can see that. Move the red cable there wasn't seated properly, and there was quite a lot of copper showing, and it was just bugging me because it's only hanging by a couple of strands of copper. So this is what this issue is replacing. So let me just quickly open this bag. We'll take out the part that I need the replacement for. And then get that replaced. So I've got two, they're both the same, and they are much better. So, again, they're the same length, so it doesn't matter which one you use. So I've got my replacement cable, and that was the cable that went onto the sensor here. So I'm just going to pop that in. Brilliant. So now that's done, that has repaired that, and I'm happy. So this cable here, I'm not going to bin it because I could make use of that with an Arduino project perhaps, but I'm just going to put it back in here for now. And yeah, so that is that done. I just wanted to get that sorted. So I also, which I'm not going to change at the moment because, or if I change it, I'll do it off camera. I've also got a replacement issue 84, which was the motor for the arms on the front of R2. Now I had a problem again with the wiring coming from the motor. There's a load of hot glue on there, but again I had a little bit of copper showing. But where that is in place now, there's no reason for that to short or anything because it's in a plastic housing. So I'm going to leave it for now, but I know I've got a spare one if anything happens later on, but I'm sure it won't. So with those out of the way, we can now then move on to the current issue, which is 86. And as normal, I shall open it up, we'll check all the parts. It looks like there's quite a lot to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 pages worth of instructions. So, the first thing I'm going to do, as always, is check off the parts in the package. Okay. So, in this extra package here, we've got the right tool compartment. And I hope this one's okay, because I know a lot of people have had issues with the doors not fitting flush onto the face of this, on the face. So we'll see. And then in this little pack here, we've got the door, which is the right tool compartment door. And then we've got these parts here. So we've got various types of connector. We've got the top connector here, and we've got a bottom connector. Now they are different. One is wider than the other, and obviously visibly smaller. So one is smaller than the other. So we've got two types of connector there. We've got an L-shaped connector, which we've had before, which is this part here. Okay, we've got a tool pivot. So we're going to be fixing another tool in here. We've got the tool arm tube. And we've got the tool arm itself. And I think this is plastic. Yes, it is. So we've got this tool arm. We've got an interface mount, which is the silver part here. We've got the interface base. Which is that. We've got the actual interface, which is this plastic piece here. And then we've also got two silver hinges, like in previous, when we've been doing the doors. Okay, so with all those parts checked off, we didn't get any screws in this issue. So out come my screws. Okay, so first we're going to be making the actual arm. We're going to assemble the arm. So I'm just going to put these pieces aside for now that we don't need. And these are all parts for the arm. So first we're going to take the interface base, and let me zoom in and then I'll do it up close. So we've got to take the interface base, which is this piece here, and you see the outside is wider than the other side, see? And we're going to pop that onto the interface mount, which is this part here, and that is just going to slide down, and it's going to fit like that. Okay? You could put it on the wrong way, but it doesn't look right. It needs to go that way around. And then next we need to glue the interface, which is this part here, onto the end of there. So I've got some glue here ready. I'm just going to put a little bit on in the hole. That's not working. I've got all these glues and they keep drying up. There you go. So I've just put a little bit in there, not too much. Just enough to keep that into place. So that is that part. Next we need to glue the thick end of the tool arm into the hole in the interface mount. So that's this part here. As it says, we're going to take the thick end and that is going to be glued just into there like so. Again, I'm going to run a little bit of glue around the rim in here. Not too much, but enough to hold. And there we have that part. Next we're going to glue this D-shaped part here into the corresponding D shape on the tool arm. And that will just fit in like that. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this part at this time. Not too much, just enough to secure it into place. And there we have that part. I quite enjoy doing these gluing jobs. Okay, next we want to fit the tool pivot into the fort end of the tool arm tube. So you've got a slit in there, and that is just going to fit into the slit. And then what we need to do is on an 8mm silver screw, and where is my tape measure? I'm going to have to just get a tape measure just so that I can measure it. So we want an 8mm screw, which I believe is that one, and a washer. Not a washer, sorry, a nut. Brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to fit and that washer's too large. We need a smaller one. Which means this screw is not the right one. I need a thinner one. So I can only imagine it's this screw. That's 6mm. Okay, that's interesting. Don't seem. Okay. I'll see what I've done. I just need to grab one of these screws out. It's actually a screw with thread on the end, like so. So it's smooth down the shaft, and then you've got a small bit of thread on the end. That's the one we're going to use. So we're going to pop that back into there, and then screw that through from the other side. And then I'm just going to grab a screwdriver. I'm not very prepared today. Here we go. and then that should, yeah, that moves and it snaps into place. Now there is a bit of overhang on that screw, but that is what the magazine is showing also, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so with that part done, we want a 6mm self-tapping screw, which is one of the standard ones. But we'll double check, it's been a little while. And then what we're going to do is take the tool compartment and then in the top there, just there, we've got the hole where this tool is going to fit into. Okay, and when you put that in, it's showing the screw head to be facing upwards, because if you have it that side it looks a little bit ugly because of the overhang on that screw. So just turn that round and that's going to fit in like so, and then we're going to secure that in this hole at the back to keep that secure. And then there we have it. And then when that's nice and tight, we can pop that down. And that is the tool into the compartment. And then that is the completed assembly. And that looks good. So as you look at it, you've got these screw holes on the bottom here. And then this bit should be facing the right hand side. Okay, moving on to the next stage, we're going to be fitting the door. So for this we need 2 of the standard 6mm self-tapping black screws. Okay, and we also want the 2 hinges and 2 11mm screws, which were supplied in issue 76. So, if that is 11mm, no. That's the worst thing about this build, trying to like measure and find the screws, but I suppose it's all part of the fun, isn't it? Right, so that's not the right size. Okay. I'm lost now because we're looking for the 2 11mm black screws and I don't have any that size. I've got a 10. That's a 10. I've got 1 of these really long ones. But that's 15. And that's all I've got. So I think I'm going to have to go with the 10. Because that is the closest I've got. All the screws I had in previous issues have gone into this part, and they're the only ones I've got. Okay, well I'm going to go with the 10mm screws, just in case there is a typo in the magazine, because it's not the first time there's 6. Okay, so as I say, I'm going to go with the 10mm screws. That's all I can do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the door and we're going to screw a hinge on. So on the right hand side we're going to put one, and as you can see there is a hole just in there. So like the last time, we're going to pop that hinge on and then we're going to put that screw through from the outside. So again, I'm going to use the 10mm screw. This is a little bit fiddly, but we'll get there. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't go all the way in, and there is some movement, but I'm guessing that is normal because obviously it's a hinge, so I wouldn't force that anymore because you will snap something. So yeah, that is one in, and then we're going to do exactly the same for the other side. Again, you've got a hole in the end there, so we're just going to pop that other 10mm screw. So that's interesting because obviously that must be right, they must be the 10mm screws because that is as far in as it'll go. So if you had an 11mm screw, there's going to be even more screw overhang than there needs to be. So okay, so that's that one. Let's double check this one. Brilliant. So now we've got those hinges in place. The next step is to line it up onto this part, the door compartment. Again, there's 2 holes just there. You've got one there, and then you've got one this side. So the hinges are going to fit into there. Once you can get them lined up, there's no easier way to do this, I don't think. You've just got to be patient. That's it, one end. Just going to get one more in. There we go. Brilliant. So, once they're in, like so, push them all the way down, and then we're going to use those other 2 screws to screw in here and here. So that's one in. And I think we may be quite lucky with the fitting of that. And there we go, you've got a bit of a click to it. Now that's fitted. It doesn't look too bad, it looks a little bit warped, but I think that is this the actual compartment itself. So we'll see when that's fitted what that looks like. So that is that part. Okay, moving on. Oh, stuff's flying everywhere. So what we're going to be needing now is this part here. And we're going to need 5 of the self-tapping 6mm screws. So these are depleting quite quick now. Okay, 5 of those. Now what we're going to do is swing the door open, it says. Okay, and the reason you need to swing the door down, let me see, I'll show you. See, there's like these little tabs sticking out there and there. So as you put the door in, you need to put it in. It's awkward. Hang on. So you need to put the door behind those 2 tabs, if you see what I mean, from the other side. So then you need to come up behind the tabs, then you can shut the door, and then that'll put that into place. So let me show you that one more time. So you need to go behind the 2 tabs, twist that round, shut the door, and then those tabs will fit, don't you see that, on the recess of the doors. So there's a recess, and when you slip that into place, they're going to line up in there. Shut the door, and then that's in place. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put screws in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those screw holes. So we're going to put that one in. 1. We're going to put the other side in. And then 3 more along the top edge there. Just 1. 2, and then the last one. There we go, and actually I'm really happy with that. It's pretty smooth. There's not much, there's no overhang really, and that looks brilliant. And then obviously that will come out like that, exterminate. Well, except it's not obviously Doctor Who, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's really good. Happy with that. Next, we're going to be fitting some panels together. So, on this part at the top here, we are going to fit the thinner mount. Okay, you've got the smaller one, then you've got the larger one, and then obviously you've got the L piece. So we want the smaller one, and then the arrow is going to face inside. So the arrow is there. Okay, and then we're going to use a flange screw. Just in there to secure that down. that's that part in. So you see the arrow is facing inwards there. Now we're going to fit the L connector onto the pin on the back of the compartment door. And that's going to go that way. Now, it doesn't actually matter which way this goes, but it needs to go this way, so that the back is facing outwards, like that. Again, we're going to use a flanged screw for that part as well. And then we have that. And then just straighten that as much as you can. There we go. Okay, and then the last one is going to go down here on this peg here. Right, and that is going to be this larger one, except this one, the arrow is going to be facing outwards. So it's going to go on like that with the arrow on this outer edge, as opposed to it being on the inside. Okay, and then again we're going to use a flanged screw to secure that into place. And then we have that. Next we're going to need 3 parts. So we want this part here we've just worked on. We also want the other arm, the other shoulder piece, and then we also want the middle piece with all the electronics we've been working on. We're going to fit these to this, so this is going to be really good, really taking shape there. So we're going to need 7 flanged screws for this part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put those away. Okay, we're going to be working on the right panel, so it's this one, the one we've just worked on. This one can go away just for a second. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to marry that up. Trying to marry that up, shall we say. Into there. Right, so this isn't quite a good fit at the top, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen this top mount. There we go. Once you loosen that, that'll snap into place nicely for me, so it might have just been off centre. So what I'm going to do is we're now going to screw that in with flange screws. So I'm going to do the top one first, where I've had to amend it because that's where it was trying to pop out. I need to get a slightly better screwdriver for this. It's not that one. Right, I'm going to screw the other one back in. So that's that lined up, and then we're going to do the same for this L bracket just in the middle there. We're going to tighten that up. And then the last bracket down the bottom here. I'm just going to loosen the other one off, just so I know it's sitting where it wants to sit. And then screw them both back up. There we go. And that is that part on. That's upside down. There you go. And then just check all that door opens, which it does. And you've got this door we did, and then obviously you've got this little one here. Brilliant. Okay. Then we're going to do the other side, and there's 4 connections on this one. So you've got the 2 here in the middle, you've got this one at the top and this one at the bottom, and that's going to correspond with the 4 that we've got on this panel. So again, we're going to fit that on. And that is a nice fit, so I don't need to take any screws off for this one. So I'm going to start with the middle ones just to give it a bit of stability because they're fixed. So that's one, and then the second middle one. And then the top and the bottom one. So I shall start with the bottom one. And then lastly, the top one. This is really taking shape now, isn't it? Okay, just going to make sure that one is nice and tight. And there we have it. That is the front half done. So that was quite a lot to do in that one, and we've bought like 3 parts together now, so that's brilliant. So that is that's solid as well. So that is the front. As I say, we've got all the different compartments. So we've got the tool there. We've got the 2 that come out of there. We've got this door and we've got that door. So that is what it looks like when it's all opened up. So yeah, really happy with that. That's gone on really nicely. No issues really. Obviously the magazine stated using the 11mm screws on one of the earlier steps, but they're actually 10 for the hinges, so that's fine. So yeah, that is it for issue 86. So until next week, please take care. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for the support. And if you wish to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description below. For now though, take care. See you next week.